So, okay. So anyone who would like to ask, we presume that medyo natutunan nyo na po yung mga topics. Good evening po.
Ganun po. Sir, tumawag ka na lang sa kanila. Baka ano.
Okay.
Pagka parang gusto nilang tinatawag sila eh.
Opo. So let's start with Ma'am Betty C, na napakaaga nang dumating. Paano
Evening,
po
Betty.
kayo memorize yung ano? At saka, bakit nag-uumpisa po?
Good evening, no.
Good evening po, Ma'am Betty. Ma'am Betty is a CA who is so, hindi pa nagtumitigil sa kaaral. She's a good acupuncturist and she would like to actually review her considerable knowledge on 5 SHU points. Can you give us your thoughts, Ma'am Betty?
Hello po.
Oo. Hindi ba kayo nahirapan or meron po kayong hawak-hawak na kodigo? Di ba nakakahiya pag may kodigo? Oo. For example,
Mahina memory.
ay hindi po. Oo. So ang topic po natin ngayon is yin SHU points. Puro yin. Puro yin channels. And we have learned that every channel has 5 SHU or 5 transport or 5 antic points. Ang tanong, ang ano kasi, when you talk about Jingwell, so ito yung tinatawag natin na wood. Nag-uumpisa po sa wood. Di ba? Yung ba yun? Pagkatapos yung yin spring is considered to be the what's next to wood? Fire. Yeah. And then the third point, which is the SHU stream. We're talking about yin ha. Wag niyo munang karirin yung yang SHU para hindi po tayo malito. Kasi si Dr. Gavino will teach us the easy way to actually remember them. You know why I'm so excited about this? Because this can actually cultivate critical thinking amongst practitioners. Di ba? Katulad ko, nagkaroon ako ng liver young rice. Kasi hindi na tayo masyadong bata. I think may kinain tayong medyo puyat. So namula yung aking mata. So because of, I don't know, I'll let you know. So I needled liver 2 and heart 8. No? So, di ba pag mata, we're talking about liver. However, sa needling po kasi, lalo na if you master the 5 elements, which is actually should be practiced by all practitioners, medyo kailangan po natin maintindihan. So what I did was to needle because the heart 8, diba? Heart 8, the yin spring is supposed to be the fire, diba? So the yin spring or the liver, heart 8 is the mother of the what's the next point? The mother of the liver, diba? And liver is supposed to be the wood. So, diba? Wood and the fire are like mother and son. Now, why did I use the liver point? Okay, I used liver 2 because it's a yin spring point, and we have learned last night, if you were actually listening, that this is very good for heat, no? Kagabi kasi may mga pagkain, grabe. Medyo na-stress tayo dahil sa sarap-sarap ng food. But I'm very confident tomorrow this will be gone. Yun nga lang, I had to needle myself. Bilateral. So any thoughts on this, Ma'am Betty? So did you ever come across the 5 elements? Because if you remember the video that we showed last night, sinasabi doon, which was according to one author, even by just using the 5 SHU points, you can already practice acupuncture. Dito po kasi sa 5 SHU points, mastery of the 5 elements is important. Ma'am Betty, do you have any thoughts? Ano po yung technique nyo para ma-memorize? O na-memorize nyo na po lahat?
Paturo nga po kay Doc Gavino. Paano i-memorize ng mabilis?
Sige, tanungin natin si Dr. Gavino. Oo. Sa Thursday po
Please.
kasi.
Ang ginawa ko pag inilista ko, tapos inuunan ko gabi-gabi.
Ay,
Gaano ho kataas nung unan?
I'm just
Siguro.
kidding. Actually, I found it difficult to memorize. Pero I presume na lahat ng acupuncturists alam ang HESI points because we use it very frequently.
yes.
The thing is, ang mahirap lang memorize yan is the Jing River point. Kasi paiba-iba and it does not follow any rule.
Mm.
Yung Jing Well, Ying Spring, and Shu Stream follow certain rule.
Mm.
Basta lahat ng nasa dulo ng kuko, yun ang Jing Well. Kuko ng paa, kuko ng kamay, except kidney which is nasa ilalim ng paa. Those are all Jing Well. Tapos sunod-sunod na yun.
Mm.
If you know kung ilan ang number of points about a channel, it's not going to be difficult for you.
Yeah.
Kasi yung ng mga nasa paa na ang Jing Well ay last point of the channel, paatras ang gagawin nyo, like bladder 67. That is Jing Well point. Ay, nga pala, we should not touch on that, di ba? Well, di ba, sabi ko na, 67, atras ka, 66, 65, and those are the Jing Well, Ying Spring, and Shu Stream. In the same manner, na kung umpisa sa number 1, like liver 1, is the Jing Well point, paakit naman, liver 1, liver 2, liver 3, are the Jing Well, Ying Spring, and Shu Stream. So it is going to be easy that way. Ang mahirap nga lang yung Jing River point. Kailangan gumawa kayo ng sarili yung paraan kung paano. But ako, I follow the order of the Ying, ano ba tawag doon? The Ying and the Yang, ano ba tawag doon sa ano? Like, sa kaliwa is Yin, di ba? You say, Taiyin. Sunod-sunod yun, di ba? Lung, spleen, heart, kidney, PC, and liver. And the numbers are 8, 5, 4, 5, 4, 7. So, ganun ginawa kong pag-memorize sa Jing Well ng Yin. 8, 5, 4, 5, 4, 7.
Okay. And
8, 5, 4, 7, 5, 4 pala. 8, 5, 4, 7, 5, 4. Or kung gusto mo, 8, 5, 4, 5, 4, 7. Kung ibang order ang gusto mo. It's just like memorizing a telephone number. Take it by threes. 854, 754.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kung meron kayong naisip na mas magandang paraan, much better. But that's how I did it.
So why is it called antique points?
Matanda na. Hindi ko alam, sir.
Pero ang sabi nyo, antika, they're priceless. They're vintage. And they're more expensive. So, siguro, ewan ko lang. I don't think a lot of practitioners use the 5 SHU points. And I think there is a need for us to really get used to solving cases. Kasi parang nakikita ko po, parang maganda siya for acute cases. Is it true? Or will you also consolidate the 5 SHU points with with your other points?
Sir, hindi ba in the beginning, in your first video, sinabi na you only have to memorize well, then all the meridians that have jingle points share the same action. So you don't have to memorize everything.
So will it be pwede bang ano, like di ba your balance method was got so many views even from other countries. So do you think we don't necessarily have to be very, very precise with the location of the 5 SHU points? Or is there a rule that we have to follow na, or pag sinabi mong balance lang talaga?
Are we talking about balance method or?
Yeah, it's a completely different modality.
Sir, ganito ang aking pag-liken dyan sa points. Sa points, sir, ganito. I liken it to a bullseye.
Okay.
When you are doing target practice, target shooting. When you hit the center, the bullseye, you score 10. When you hit the sides, you still have score 9, 8, 7. I think the same is true with the active points. When you hit that center, you get the full 100% effect. When you hit on the side, you also get the effect, but much less. Ako, ganun lang, sir. Ewan ko sa inyo.
Hindi ko rin alam. Kayo mas magaling eh. Although hindi naman kayo mukhang...
Hindi po, sir. Just like, paghalikan mo isang babae, smack on the lips, masarap ba yun? O kung sa pisngi lang?
Okay. So, is this required for people who... Meron po kasing tinatawag na 5-element, ano tawag ito? Constitutional, archetypal, which I find very useful for those with mental issues. And alam naman natin ngayon, medyo very ano po yung ano, diba? Laganap po ang maraming depressed. Do you think that doing the 5 SHU points aside from I usually do kasi ano do 24 and GB13. Ewan ko lang if it worked, pero I try to make it a point na lahat po ng minsan ano sinasabi nila lahat yung kanyang mga issues. So yun. So nakikita ko kasi parang like for example if somebody is walang fire, diba? Pwede ba nating lagyan ng fire? So we're talking about deficiency patterns. Ano po? Any thoughts? Okay. Siguro we will ask the others. Pinanood niyo ba yung video kagabi? Okay, let's ask. Sige ha. Oh, Sir Majin from Dumaguete. Sir Majin, good evening. Hindi ka ba lalo ka bang, alam mo, Dr. Gavino, he was very thankful that he attended your balance method. And because of that, naging talagang puspusan niyang inaral yung mga programs namin dito sa lab. Sir Majin?
Magandang gabi po.
Meron po kayong itatanong? Ano po, na-try nyo bang gamitin yung like ngayon, mapula yung aking mata kanina pang umaga kasi kumain kami ng medyo nainis ako din. Ewan ko lang. Tapos, I'll see. Pag tomorrow wala na po ang redness, I think it helps, no? So, any thoughts po, Sir Majin? Are you excited with it?
Hindi ko pa gaano po nagamit yung points na yun. Kaya nga nagtanong po ako, may question po ako, it's more, these points are more powerful compared to other points, or how often can we use these points? Yun lang po.
So totoo lang po.
Are you referring to the antique points?
Yes po, the antique points is more powerful compared to other points. And how often can we apply or use those points? Or it depends on the state of the patient.
Sir, you can answer that, sir. Is it more powerful?
Kayo na. I don't know. Una-una, I really...
Well, I think any point is as powerful as any other as long as it is used properly.
Yeah.
How often do you use it? As long as you need it.
Kasi
Kung
po
hindi mo na
na-trigger,
kailangan, hindi mo na gagamitin.
na-trigger lang po ako doon sa antique na word.
Antique, yeah. Well, it's called antique points. Ano po ba ibang tawag doon?
Transport.
Yes.
No, yeah, transport.
Transport
Pero bakit
points
antique? Dahil matanda na?
Hindi naman siguro. Alam niyo, expensive yung antique. Honestly,
Yes.
Sir Margin, what do you think about the word antique?
My understanding po is because matagal na siyang
Kaya matagal na. So kapag matagal na, kailangan natin...
Antique na?
nagiging vintage na po.
Bibili ka ba ng antique kung mahal?
Of course.
Mahirap tumatanda, antik talaga.
Okay. Let's ask Ma'am Crisanta. Ma'am Crisanta, ginamit niyo ba yung 5 points sa tanang career niyo as a...
Ay, no.
Kita ka naman ng mukha.
Agad.
Are you in Mindoro now?
Kasi bawal lang kumakain.
Hindi, okay na. Bakit
Hindi
ka bawal ngayon? Kumakain ka na naman ulit? Okay lang. Sige na, okay for now.
Kahapon po, nasa paay ako.
Oh?
Tapos tinuruan po ako ni Sir Gavino.
Nang ano?
Kaya hanggang ngayon po, sa kamay buhat sa
Oh.
CR hanggang kanina, sa kamay ako nag-aaral.
Oh, ano yan? Shakies.
Alam ko na,
Wow.
Doc. Oh. Doc, tingnan mo, Doc Gavino.
Sige, sabihin mo ko ano yan.
Di ba? Ay, sige. So, wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. Hindi?
Ang galing.
O, diba? Ang pinakamadali dyan yung mga Hussey point. Ewan ko kung na-pronounce ko yung tama. Ika yung Jingwell, di ba?
Pa?
Yung pinakamadali yung ano, Hussey point.
Doc, yung mga salitang ganun. Pero yung sangso, yung mga ganun salita, wala akong alam nun, Doc. Yung tuna, yung liver, yung kidney, yung ganun. Pero pag may yang, wala pa. Wala pa po ako.
Alam mo na, di ba? Ano may butas? Anong walang butas?
Inaaral ko po, Doc. Paulit-ulit kahit sa CR ako.
Tama yun.
Kasi pangako ko po sa sarili ko,
right.
pag nagkita tayo, sasabihin ko po lahat, pati yung mga meridians niya, lahat. Sasabihin ko sa
Wow.
Grabe.
Tsaka pag nakita ko po si Doc Hector, sasabihin ko din.
Ay, bakit ako?
Close. Baka mapagalitan ako ni Doc. Close ko yung camera.
Hindi kita pinagalitan na. Naiigit lang ako sa'yo kasi kain ng kain. Sana all.
Oo nga po.
Ngayon nasa shakies na naman. Okay. Anyway, thank you very much.
Galing lang po sa client.
Oo. Talking about vintage, antique. Sige, tanungin ko. Sabi niya kasi wala pa siyang knowledge about the points. Let's ask from somebody who collects vintage. Dr. Ryan Baldomero. Dr. Ryan, any thoughts?
Hi, good evening po. Good evening, Doc Gavino and
Good
Doc.
evening. Good evening.
Ano lang, just baby step understanding just based on siguro I'm thinking since very old, not old but 4,000-year-old medicine, acupuncture. that still works today. Siguro first discovery is yung ano mo yung yung first yung original points. That's why it's called antique. And by discovering the rest of it, towards practice, siguro kaya nagkaganon. And then they found out na yung what they call this, yung original point mo is something that works with centrifugal force that emanates because it's a source point, it's where it sucks the center. Pero yung centripetal is as it goes away, the forces is more parang it works outermost. So that's just my understanding, because why else would it be called antique points if it wasn't the original points that were discovered? It's just my thoughts.
So, Dr. Ryan, would you be
Yun
using
po.
these points?
Ano po?
Will you be using these points?
Oh, absolutely. Pero depende sa patient and their status, of course, because it's a holistic approach then. Depende din sa patient and what you can find by looking at other things, like siguro you combined with TCM, what they call this tongue diagnosis, and then of course the pulse. Kasi how else would you plan on using the points? Depende sa status ng pasyente.
Dr. Ryan is, is a patient, but now he's a student. He knows a lot of things already. Medyo in 2-3 months' time, ang dami na po niyan alam. But anyway, Dr. Ryan, what is your experience with balancing points, balancing method?
The first time I heard of balancing method was through Dr. Gav. And so, Doc Hector tried it on myself, and it worked. Tried it on myself and it works. So I was amazed. And then not only have I seen it work on myself, but I've also seen it work sa ibang clients that we were seeing, like just immediately. I've tried it on my mom, and I tried it on my dad with much success. So I'm a firm believer of balancing. I still have a lot to learn, so the one thing great about this is you don't have to memorize, you just have to understand. And then to know what the points are and what they are for.
Yeah.
Kasi it's if you look at it from a standpoint of a beginner, syempre, you always have the books, and nakaganda is that the resources are there na pwede mo. And then of course you have mentors like Doc Gav and Doc Hector that you can always ask to make sure na what you're doing is you're on the right track. So just based on my experience, and I'm loving it.
And you're losing weight.
Yan lang po.
Is it?
Yeah, I've lost.
You're losing weight, shall I tell?
About 40 something.
Oh,
Yeah, 40 something pounds since I started.
Wow,
So
amazing.
it's very effective. It does complement. I'm a patient. I have medical conditions. Yung one thing that I've learned with had I learned acupuncture, had it been part of siguro, like part kahit na if they touch on it like from the medical standpoint, or even if I'd known acupuncture 10 years ago, I would have prevented more of my disease condition right now. But everything's what we call, we reach a level na parang you are at the optimum. So acupuncture is a good way of looking at things. Not only acupuncture, but of course you have your moxibustion, and then you have your, kasi moxibustion is not applicable all the time. So you have TCM. TCM should have been taught in medical school or in any kind of healthcare. Kahit na ma-expose sila ba. So that's just my take.
So what
But
was your
considering the lesson today?
yeah?
I'm sorry.
What was your? I'm sorry. What was your initial impression about acupuncture? Because I remember, if I'm not mistaken, I remember you telling me you prepared a thesis on acu. So
No, it was actually high school paper, and then I've read into it and I've looked into it, and then I've seen it work. But then again, I thought it was just a very huge thing to compartmentalize. But then when I learned about it, now that I have more time, I wish I would have learned it before.
Yeah. Incidentally,
there's always a reason.
Yeah. Incidentally, Dr. Ryan is a researcher. So, ano sa palagay mo ang future ng acupuncture and what went wrong? Why until now?
I don't think that I'd like to think in a positive way. I think there has to be more exposure lang, and people
Oh.
understanding that it does not take precedence or no walang lamangan. So what I meant is that it complements Western medicine. If had mas ano siya, I think today mas if we know that preventative health is parang ano, it's coming into light. So it's really excellent for preventative health. So if anyone can brush their teeth, they should start looking at their tongue or feeling their pulse. And I think, the mentors would agree with that. Kasi tingnan mo lang yung tongue mo. If you learn a little bit more, then alam mo na the colors, if the colors aren't right, then something's going on. Then it's better to prevent than cure.
Yeah, thank you very much. That was very,
Thank you.
very ano ba
Insightful.
very erudite way of expressing his thoughts. Salamat po. So at least
Thank you.
gumana na yung ating mga fans. Did you know that Dr. Gavino used to be a skeptic on acu?
Oh naman, sino ba maniniwala? Layo-layo na tinuturo.
Ako kasi na-amazed because Dr. Palanca has been doing it since 72. And so I guess there's a lot of things to be done. Try to professionalize the practice. Maraming salamat, Dr. Ryan. Let's now
Thank you
call,
for allowing me to share.
yeah, thank you very much. Let's now call on Ma'am Fe Santos. Kumusta po, Ma'am Fe? Are you now a fan of the 5 SHU points, honestly? Or is it something that makes you, think of probably choosing another point category? Good evening po, Ma'am Fe.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, Doc.
Good evening.
Yes, Ma'am Fe, go ahead.
Actually, Doc, kakabukas ko lang pero fan ako talaga. Very amazing talaga lalo na yung ginawa mo sa akin. Yung na-treat mo yung lower back pain ko. Talagang na-amaze ako doon sa result noon. Yung ba?
Ano nagturo noon? Si Dr. Gavino.
Po, alam mo na po yun.
Yeah, kailangan tayo magpatayo ng rebulto. Oo. Habang ano. Maraming salamat po, Ma'am Fe. So what are your thoughts on the antique points? Is this something that you would like to memorize? Kasi alam niyo po, 60 points po ito 60 points. So imagine, in your acupuncture, tawag dito, library, nagdagdag ka ng 60.
Yung sir, yung Doc, yung 5, yung may hisi.
Yeah, kasi every meridian po mayroong limang may limang SHU points, no? Yung tinatawag na transport points. So there are 12 meridians, so 12 times 5, so 60, di ba? Actually, i-share ni Dr. Gavino in a while. Ay, sinare na pala niya. Yun nga lang.
Ay, hindi na sayang. Kaka-open ko lang, sayang.
Panoorin mo na
Na-share
lang
niya
po.
na ba, Doc?
Ilang years na po kayo nagpa-practice ng acu?
Kasi, Doc, graduate, 2012. Tapos, nagka-license ako ng 2013, right after.
Okay, so you've been practicing since?
2013.
Okay, great.
Magkaroon ako ng license. Pero, Doc, mas parang nabukas yung marami akong natutunan na hindi ko pa talagang nagagawa before. Lalo-lalo na sa pinagmimix ang Eastern and Western.
Oo. Actually, you have to look forward to biomedicine. We're thinking of doing that after we have exhausted all modality, all concepts in
Yes.
foundations. And nakita ko yung enthusiasm sa mata nyo, and ewan ko lang dahil sa low back pain. Bumalik ba back pain ngayon?
Hindi na. Hindi na, Doc.
Bakit hindi?
Wala. Hindi na bumalik. Sabi sa
Kasi I think we did the ear, right? And when I look at your ear, kasi you have the feature of somebody with liver issue. So nakita ko yung tongue. Kaya nga let's try to level up by exerting more effort in honing our skills, di ba? So maraming salamat po, Ma'am Fe.
Maraming salamat din, Doc.
Thank you po.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So, Dr. Gavino, do you have other thoughts?
Wala na po. Napakalinaw po nung pinakita yung video. Kung maaari, makuha yung link para mapanood ulit namin.
Oo, papadala ko ngayon. Ang ganda. That was from AcuPro Academy, and
yeah, it's a very nice video.
Yeah. And I always admire videos that use animation. Makes you really want to. It gives you something. Parang na-excite ka, di ba? So let's call on Ma'am Mildred. Ma'am Mildred, saan po nga kayo, Ma'am Mildred? Are you in? Dito
Yes
po ba?
po, Doc.
Share mo naman yung mo thoughts, and I'm sure, knowing you, gumamit ka ng mga 5 SHU points. Memorize mo nga di ba?
Yun po karaniwang ginagamit ko, Doc, kasi madali siyang sauluhin. Tapos very effective po talaga. Halimbawa po yun yung lagi, di ba, pag nagdi-discuss tayo, pag may fire points, ginagamit ko po yung fire points. Kung kailangan mong isi-date mo po yun. Pag deficient siya, pwede mo po rin gamitin para ma-tonify po siya. Pag may problem po, halimbawa yung sa mga cold, di ba? Fire points or water points, pwede mong gamitin. So yun, sa 5 SHU points. May technique lang po yun para madali niyong makita na sa hangtingin, makikita mo lahat. Dinodrawing lang po yun. Yung 5 elements, drawing niyo. Then ilagay niyo yung mga points, bawat isa.
Okay.
Hahatiin mo po yung isang bilog, tapos yung SHU points na po yan ng bawat organ, ilagay. Kaya isang tingin mo, yung 5 elements po, makikita mo. At makikita mo na rin yung mga points doon. Kaya pag may case na ganun, tumingin ka lang kung di mo sa ulo lahat, titingin ka lang sa points, liver. Halimbawa po yung urinary bladder 60, fire points po yan ng urinary bladder. So nasa taas yan, nilagay mo doon sa taas. Sa fire air, di ba, pag gumawa ka ng mga bilog-bilog. Ganun din po yung arrangement.
So ibig
Tapos
sabihin,
tinitingnan ko po, opo.
sige po, sorry.
Tinitingnan ko po kanina yung sa balancing, parang eksakto Halimbawa po yung lung, may angsik meridian mo is lung. Then sa treating meridian mo ay pwede po yung spleen. So magkatapat po yung lung and spleen. Halimbawa ang sakit is nasa lung, halimbawa lung 9, pwede mong gamitin ng spleen 3. Sa po doon sa balancing natin, parang kanina ko pa lang po napansin, parang magkatapat sila, parang madali pa lang gamitin dito.
I-integrate, no?
Opo. Pag naihanay mo po yun, yung balancing na tinuro sa atin, ma-apply din po siya. Tuklas-tuklas lang. Andun po, nakaano na agad yung points, makikita mo anong points pwede mong gamitin sa balancing.
So napansin ko yung pag may memorize mo sa 5 SHU points, sasabihin mo fire point, water point. Do you think it's easy? Or nire-recite mo yan every night?
Anong nag-aaral po kami, nakalagay ito sa ibabaw, sa taas ng double deck para nasa ulo po. Pag higa mo, nakikita mo po yung talagang sinasa ulo po yan
So sa experience, magaling po talaga ito.
Po?
Sa experience nyo, talagang magaling to. Ano naman yung ibig sabihin?
Opo.
Yung
Antique
orary
points nga po Po?
Yung orary point.
Orary point. Oo,
Kasi
si Doc Gavino yung expert doon.
Oo, kasi si Doc orary point. Yun ba yun? Yeah. Ay, element point ba tawag? Is it like pag pag metal point of the metal element? Ganun ba yun?
Doc, mag-share po yung mister ko, pareho po kaming CA.
Sige
Actually,
po.
lagi po siyang
Sir,
nakikinig.
good evening po, sir. Share niyo po. We're so blessed to have you.
Mister ko po si Jerry.
Hello, good evening.
Hello po. Ay, wow, si Sir Jerry. Good evening
Yung-
po, Sir Jerry.
Hello. Siguro ang sa amin, nakakatulong yung antique points kasi first, na-memorize mo muna kung saan ang sequence niya. Ang pangalawang consideration doon is, halimbawa, nagkaroon ka ng diagnosis na limited yung needles mo kasi nung araw limited yung needles. Halimbawa, nagkasakit siya sa kidney at saka heart. Ngayon, pwede mong i-combine na yung heart point of the kidney, yun ang tusukan mo to balance the disharmony of kidney and heart. Or, halimbawa, if your pattern is from more on lung point rather than ng kidney point, treating 2 in 1, yun ang maganda doon. Pangalawa, choosing point, halimbawa may sakit, hindi accessible isang paa, amputated yung paa, pwede ka na pumunta doon sa other points. Kung mga parang sa back points natin, di ba? Instead of using yung regular points, hindi ka gumamit ng back point, lang point sa likod, 12, 13, 14 hanggang sa 23. So parang ganon. So sa antique points naman, if you want to combine, depend first on pattern. So kung sure ka sa pattern na, halimbawa, ang pagtatain niya muna is, dahil doon sa spleen, rather than doon sa colon, i-treat mo direct yung spleen. Or ang pagtatain naman niya is dahil sa nag-emotion siya, nag-emotion ang kanyang pattern. Halimbawa, nagalit siya, tapos yung heat from the liver, ipinasa niya doon sa stomach, nagbumirang din doon sa partner ng spleen at saka stomach. Posibleng, ang i-treat mo ngayon is yung source na it's either liver or yung spleen. Yun ang kagandahan ng antique kasi nung araw, hindi paramihan ng needle. It's kung the more the lesser points and accurate yung pag-diagnose natin, makakatulong.
Mas effective.
Oo, kaya siguro sa amin siguro hindi na na-appreciate yung the more needle. Kaya minsan yung gusto nila buba yung iba meaning sige, gamitin mo lahat. Back to back. Kaya lang, minsan sa isang researcher, hindi mo alam kung saan ba, sino ba ang nag-treat sa kanila, anong mas more effective. Yung parang ganon. So by experience naman po siguro yun, at makuha mo yung tamang pattern. Siyempre, alam mo sa Baguio, malamig doon, di ba din ang possible pattern. Ganon po. Thank you, ganun po ang kakalanasan ko sa paggamit ng antique. Kaya minsan kahit 5 points siya, at least emergency ka agad, malaman mo kung anong gagamitin mo. Saka gagamit ng mga special points, halimbawa, colon force for the head. Parang ganun. Additional lang po yun. So, combination of other. Natuwa ako doon sa balancing. Akala ko ano bang balancing? Akala ko yung yin and yang. Kasi ang alam kong balancing is pag nagkasakit yung partner organ doon sa element, halimbawa, lung at saka colon, pwede mong i-treat yung colon to balance yung lungs.
Pwede nga.
Kaya lang malaking tulong po yung binigay na lecture kasi kahit medyo ng TCM ka, maka-appreciate ka din doon sa sequencing. Yun lang, kailangan ang drawing para
imagination.
May ibang points.
At saka when you study balance, it is a must na alam niyo po yung channels, yung diba, yung mga points, diba, yung flow ng channel. And alam mo na yung mga relationships, especially when you talk about system 1 or all the other systems. So very inspiring po yung sinabi nyo. And it's so obvious na talagang hindi nyo ipagpapalit yung acupuncture. And I know you're very happy that balancing.
Opo, paggabi po, magkatabi kaming nanonood at nakikinig. Magkasama din kasi kami nag-home service.
Sige, maraming
Nag-focus kasi po ako sa nag-focus ako for more on acupuncture, agriculture. Kaya dia-drag ko naman siya, yung using yung halimbawa doon sa herbs. Siyempre, bilang agriculturist,
malaki yung
sure
farm
na
nyo. Malaki yung farm nyo.
Maliit lang po.
Isang bundok.
So
Well,
maraming
yun lang,
salamat.
yun lang nakita ko po. Salamat.
Salamat po.
Thank you.
Mayroon pa kayong idadagdag, Ma'am Mildred? Wala na.
Ayun po, makakatulong po sa mga acupuncturista. Gawin po ninyo yung anong technique na yon, lalo pa sa pagme-memorize. Yung tulad na sinabi niyo kanina, talagang kailangan ilagay mo dun sa higaan mo para na memorize. Kasi mahalaga pong alam natin. Kasi hindi naman pwedeng nanggagamot tayo minsan dala-dala yung libro. Titingin ka, nakikita ka ng pasyente. Kaya kailangan talagang i-memorize po. Konti lang naman po yun sa antique point at very effective. 60 lang naman yun eh.
Napapasalamat din si Doc Ryan, Ma'am Mildred. So I'm sure very inspired din siya. Thank you very much, Ma'am Mildred, for sharing your wonderful experience with antique.
Welcome po.
Oo. Kasi pag antique, talagang valuable yon. Very, very precious. Diba? Vintage. Oo. Okay, so siguro on Thursday, para mas exciting, do you think, Dr. Gavino, we go by cases? Like, what do you think? Any thoughts,
Sir
Dr.?
Bale, kung may hawak ng ano eh. Ikaw may hawak ng baton.
Hindi naman, grabe. Hindi kayo nga. Alam ko memorize na yung applied channel theory ni .
Ano po?
So, wala na pong gustong mag-share. Mukhang yung iba, wag na po kayong mahiya. Tawagan kaya natin si Ito, doon ko pa gustong marinig yung boses. Si Ma'am Imelda Apigo. Good evening po, Ma'am Imelda. Ay, okay. Mukhang busy. Let's call on Dr. Christita Tew, Bali. Good evening po. What are your thoughts on what would you suggest to make this this interaction more entertaining or more gratifying? What do you think?
Good morning sa inyo.
Good morning po. Nasa
Canada
morning. Nasa Canada kasi ako.
Ay,
Kaya hindi pa hindi pa nakapaghilamos. Pero I'm
Ganda pa rin.
really I'm really grateful na meron tayong ganitong webinar. Kasi marami na akong marami na akong nakalimutan. Sinasabi ko nga kay Doc Romy. Kasi medyo kasabayan ko rin siya. But I stopped 2014. Na-diagnose ako ng breast cancer. So mula noon, wala na akong ibang means of except for the family. Kaya ngayon nagre-refresh lang ako kasi buti nagkaroon ng lampa at nakita ko yung channel na pwede akong mag-aral uli, mag-review uli or whatever na ginagawa natin. And thankful sa lahat ng pwede kong matutunan sa bawat isa sa inyo. Very excited kasi during parang pa lang ako parang nag-start pa lang ako ng acupuncture when I had to stop because of my condition. And I-share ko lang na during the time na magsa-surgery ako, doon ko natutunan ko kasi kay Dr. Al noon na sanabi niya na pagka yung mag-full moon, it's bloody. And then, during that time, my surgery was on a full moon. Kaya ako mismo, wala namang ibang mag-ano sa akin nag-treat ako sa sarili ko and the surgery was okay. Even post-op, wala akong many analgesics na ginamit. And then they were insisting sa hospital to take it. And so I know that acupuncture really helps. And in my few cases lang within my family, I also did, I don't know kung kasi hindi ko masyadong when my brother had liver cirrhosis, Although lang masyadong ano eh, kasi like three or ano ba yon, napaano ko siya kay Dr. Allen. We did like 1 month na ina-acupuncture ko yung kuya ko with electric acupuncture also. And after like 4 or 5 years after na with liver cirrhosis, meron siyang ascites. Nawala yung ascites. And then when he came back, nagkaroon naman siya ng renal, nagpunta pa siya ng Florida. And when he came back, nung nagkaroon uli ng ultrasound, nag-normal ang liver.
Wow. Talaga?
Yeah, I don't know kasi I asked, I have, during that time, ang mga pasyente ko, karamihan mga family ko lang kasi nga, I was away, pabalik-balik ako because of my medical condition. I'm here 6 months. No, it's been longer than 6 months dahil may medical condition din ang husband ko. So, I know na maraming nagagawa ang although syempre nandun yung western ano natin, at saka yung eastern ko is napabayaan ang pag-aaral, kaya thankful ako sa ganitong setup natin na I'm able to learn. And participation, yun na nga, siguro kung freehand, mayroon kaming I'm limited, like wala akong, pero marami akong librong nakuha sa LAM because of yung mga sinishare niyo sa amin. So, malaking advantage siguro kung nakakapagbasa nga beforehand. Kasi pagka hindi mo alam, anong i-share mo? Yeah.
Wow, maraming salamat. So ibig sabihin, it was because of your condition that you tried acupuncture. Thank you, Doktora, for...
Opo, yung kasi nung na-diagnose kasi ako, nung naano ko yung I was still studying or just finishing my acupuncture courses. I took from Doc Al, tapos nagano kay Dr. Jaime Galvestan. Then I felt the lump, and then I have to come back here. Doon na yung diagnosis ng breast CA. And then 1 year, 2014, 2015. So in between, parang self-study kung paano ko matutulungan ang sarili ko. In fact, I attended some of especially for breast CA, yung mga tried to ask also our professors kung ano yung mga pwedeng maitulong. Kasi ikaw na yung pasyente. You have to heal yourself before you can heal others. Parang ganun.
Yeah, very true. Ano po kaya, Doktora?
And in between, pag nakaka-uwi ako, ano po?
Ay, sorry. Mahina kasi yung internet.
I didn't get the
Please continue po, Doktora. So nagising kayo ng maaga, Doktora, para lang Okay, I think our internet connection is very unstable.
Opo, pagka kasi lang naman eh. So pagka ngayon na kami yung parang daylight saving. So I start at 4:30. The few days last Sunday nag-start kami ng daylight. So before that 3:30 ako gumigising para makinig ng ninyo.
Ay, wow.
Nag-start yung video.
Okay, thank you so much, Doktora. And I'm sure gagawin po kayo in
So I am enjoying it.
Laban lang, di ba?
Oo. Yeah.
So ano sa palagay niyo, Doktora?
I'm learning a lot.
Yeah. And I'm sure alam niyo na po bakit What could have caused your breast issue? Using the TCM concept.
Siyempre yung napag-alaman ko contrary sa Western, di ba? Ang inaano nila kung may emotional, no, especially kung may mga heart ano ka or something emotional na pwede na mag-resurface nung ganon.
Okay. So ngayon, pinipilit nyo hindi maging
Siguro may
emotional.
konting katotohanan, but yeah.
Okay.
Oo naman. Siyempre, alam na natin that it also affects our our body.
Okay. Maraming salamat po, Doktora, for sharing. This really means a lot to us. I hope everybody will also, kasi siguro by Thursday, we shall be dealing with cases. I'm sure Dr. Gavino will like it. Okay. Before we end, from Canada, let's go to Puerto Galera. Let's hear from Ma'am Winnie. Ma'am Winnie, good evening. Winnie's Holistic Touch. Kumusta po? Nag-enjoy ba kayo sa ating sharing?
Good evening po. Good evening everyone po. Yes po. So, bago pa lang din po ako nag-aaral ng acupuncture and may namit po ako na nahihirapan siyang lumingon para siyang robot kung lumingon. And then, nagkwento po siya na she had an accident before. Nagkaroon siya ng whiplash. Isa po siyang British citizen. And tapos po, 10 years na daw po yung whiplash niya.
Okay.
So, I tried na gamitin po siya ng GB8, GB20, opo, SI3, GB21, saka SJ5 po. Yun lang po ang ginamit ko. Tapos nilagyan ko po siya ng bladder 62.
Wow.
So yun po. And then, after 20 to 30 minutes ko nilagay yung needle po. Binabad ko po ng 30 minutes. And then she found out na nakakalingon na po siya, na-i-move na po niya yung head niya.
Thank God. Grabe.
Session lang po. So she hugged me and nagpasalamat po siya.
Yeah. We hope to be able to...
She's going back to... Po?
Siguro sikat na kayo dyan sa Puerto.
Hindi pa po, Doc.
Sige lang, lang. Kasi di ba, like ano po yung advantage ng mga, those having background on, alin po ang medyo mas magandang gawin? Massage therapy or acupuncture, or you can do
acupuncture, Doc. Opo.
Okay.
It's really amazing po.
Pero alam niyo, advantage naman ng massage therapies. There are people, especially mga deficient, they wanted more pressure. Iba pa rin yung, di ba, yung mga effleurage. Ewan ko if that was the right term. Kasi kapipiranggot lang, wala nga akong knowledge sa massage. Anyway, so maraming salamat po, Ma'am Winnie.
Thank you.
So tuloy-tuloy lang po tayo. We hope that you can lead the team in Puerto Galera.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you po. Okay, siguro meron pa tayong konting time. Let's call on Sir Michael Rivera. Sir Michael.
Hello po. Hello.
Yeah, hello po, Sir Michael. Share us your thoughts. Ano ba? Masyado ka bang seryoso sa antique points? Memorize mo na ba yung 60 points?
Hello. In my end, Doc, medyo mahirap tandaan lahat. Pero siguro in my coming practices, possible na gamit ako ng other option like mayroon akong cellphone o kaya laptop para tumingin doon. Kasi mahirap kasi kung ano lang, bigla lang tutusok lang ganyan. Pero yung understanding ko po talaga sa kanya is more on talagang ginagamit niya siya noon pa. So kung napapractice siya noon pa, meaning talagang proven and tested po talaga siya.
Okay.
Yun po
So
sa
kailangan
akin.
talaga memorize yun yung 16. Eventually, mamememorize
So,
na.
pag na-memorize po, siguro 10 years na pwede.
Ay, hindi naman siguro. I don't think so. Si Dr. Gavino nga, habang natutulog yata, tinatanda.
Oo, ginagawa ko. Maganda nga po, ilagay nga, sabi ni Doc Gavino, ilagay sa ilalim ng unan eh. Practice ko rin po yan nung ako'y college din. Pag may nag-memorize ko.
Effective ba?
Psychologically possible po. Parang natitrigger yung mind mo na meron kang kailangan sa ulo, i-memorize. Yun po sa akin. Ginagawa ko rin po yun. Or in the morning, pagkagising ko sa umaga, check ko agad siya, then yun. And of course, the first practice po talaga yung yung continuous yung application. Kaya mas better pa rin po yung application. Kung meron po tayong makukuha mga small na gamit o gagawa ng isang tao, tutusok ng ganon, then better po yun. Katulad po sa channel natin, meron silang mannequin na maliliit. Nutusukan po yun. So best practice po talaga yun.
Okay, that's very good. Okay, thank you very much for sharing, Sir Michael.
Yes,
And sana yung iba mag-share din, siguro next time. Dr. Gavino, thank you po.
Maraming salamat po sa inyo.
And kayo po ang nagkakantak ng baton. So,
Hindi po, ikaw po.
be able. Tanungin natin si Sir Majin. Do you think, Sir Majin, it would be better if we do by cases? Like, ano ba? Yung may,
Yes po, Doc. Para mas lalong madagdagan yung kaalaman natin.
Kayo ang una naming tatawagin. Okay? Ay. So maraming salamat po, everyone. Good. Thank you for joining us. Okay, may gusto magsalita? Thank you po, and we hope that you will continue to join us in our journey para eventually naman ma-reimburse naman yung mga
Opo, mas marami.
I know it's going to take long, but I think yeah.
Rewarding naman po, Doc.
Ano mo yung tenga, memorize mo na yata yung Chinese and European points.
Kailangan ko pong gawin yan.
So maraming salamat po sa lahat, lalo na kay Dr. Gavino. I hope you enjoy.
Thank you, Gavino. Magkikita pa rin tayo, Doc Gavino.
Kailan?
Medyo busy na po talaga, Doc. Pasensya na po talaga.
Okay.
Very
Marami pa naman sa Holy Week.
Salamat po sa inyong lahat.
Salamat po.
Salamat din po sa inyo.
Okay, pwede ka na kumain, Ma'am Crisanta. Okay. Alam ko
Opo, kakain pa. Salamat po.
Thank you
Promise
po.
mag-aaral ako mabuti.
Okay.
That's good.
Maraming salamat po, everyone, and good evening.
Good day po.
See you on Thursday. Wala po tayong Zoom tomorrow. Good night, everyone.
Salamat po.